Good morning, ladies. It's day 2. How did day 1 go? I think it was a little bumpy for some people, but that's okay. That's what I call lifestyle change. It's not always comfortable to change for the better, right? Sometimes we make decisions that are good for us, but we don't want to do it. And I'm totally with you. I was kicking and screaming about exercise. I was kicking and screaming about drinking more water. I still do. I still kick and scream about both of them. In fact, I was reading this book by Oprah Winfrey, and it's called What I Know for Sure. And she was talking about different experiences in her life and the difference between a level 1 experience and a level 5 experience, 5 being like the top, right? And when she mentioned exercise, and if you know Oprah, you know this about her. She's, had some wonderful experiences with her weight loss, and exercise was not one of those wonderful experiences. And so when she described exercise, she's like, which for me is still a level 1 experience. I agree with her. It's not my favorite. It's uncomfortable. And I sometimes, more often than not, I just don't want to do it. And this is why we have these challenges. I'm so grateful to be in the business that I'm in, because I totally get what it's like to change your life with your health. I get it. I've been through it, and I love supporting women that are going through it as well. I love this role because it keeps me accountable as well. But one of the things that I know for sure is that you have to do it. In order to have optimal health, you have to exercise. Not you should, but you have to. Not that you should eat well, you have to. Not that you should do things that are good for your health, you have to. It's the secret to maintaining longevity, growing old gracefully. It doesn't matter how old you are. The older you get, you want to be healthy, right? You don't want to get to 70. Have you ever seen any 70-year-olds that are not healthy? Have you seen some 50-year-olds that are not healthy? I'm going a long about way to say this because I really, really, really wanted to share with you, because I know some people had a really hard time getting going yesterday. Even if you had a hard time yesterday, do it again today. This is it. These are the habits that are going to make the change. If not now, when? You got to make the change. And I want to share one quick story with you. And I don't typically share this with anyone, but I got into health and nutrition 17 years ago, totally by accident. My background was a Hollywood movie producer, and I loved the money. I hated the career. It was just not a good place for me, because it just didn't suit my personality of who I really was and who I wanted to be, how I want to show up in this world, was just not as a movie producer. So fell into health and nutrition, and I thought I fell into it. And just recently, I realized that this was always going to be my destiny. I have a mom who's obese, and she has been since I've been a health coach, and there's nothing I can do to help her because she just decides what she wants, and I'm the kid, so she's not listening, and God bless her. That's her life, and that's how she chooses to live. I have a grandfather who had his leg amputated when I was a young kid. And I thought, man, is that what happens when you get old? It wasn't until later in life that I realized that he was diabetic, and that's how bad it had gotten, that they had to amputate his leg. Then I realized recently that my grandmother passed away while I was at her house the Friday night after Thanksgiving when I was 8 years old. And the explanation my mom gave me was that Grandma had too much fat around her heart. And my grandma was a big woman, and we called her Big Mama, so she wore the title well. I was definitely a grandma's kid. I stayed in the house. I wasn't an outdoor kid. Really loved to be there to serve and help my grandmother. She was on medication. Okay, long story short, I realized later that that's visceral fat around her heart. And if you don't know what visceral fat is, contact me. I may even talk about it this week in the group, but we'll definitely talk about it in the 21-day challenge. But it's the body fat that you can't see. When you're look in the mirror and you take all your clothes off and you see body fat, that's not visceral fat. Visceral fat is on the inside. It's hugging your intestines, your digestive system, your heart, your lungs. It's the fat that surrounds your vital organs. And that's how my grandmother passed away. And so it just dawned on me that I had to be a health coach. I have to help people see that health is a choice. I'm now 17 years a coach. I've just turned 50 last year, going to be 51 pretty soon in June. And I'm in complete shock and awe. I'm like, whoa, okay, what did you do differently than your grandmother or your mother? You chose some lifestyle changes, and I'm so grateful that I did. I'm looking forward to running around my grandchildren. I'm looking forward to not being the example of illness to my children and to my grandchildren, and that's a responsibility that I have, and I wanted to share that with you guys today. I'm happy that you're allowing me to help you impact your life. I know this was a long video. It had nothing to do with the shakes, but it had everything to do with the shakes. It had everything to do with the shakes. If I can say that I've done anything consistently for the last 17 years, I have drank that Formula One healthy meal. It's gone on vacation with me. It's, I was crazy fanatic Herbalife for many, many years, as some of you know. I'm not that way anymore because I don't have to be. I know this stuff works. I know it's why I have the youth and vitality and the health, and I'm out walking every day and feeling amazing. It's because of those shakes. Drink it. Make it a part of your life. I can tell you 17 years later, it wasn't a bad decision for me. And I know it won't be a bad decision for you. I don't care what you hear on the streets or internally about an Herbalife shake. It is the #1 healthy meal on this planet. More of that shake is consumed than any other shake combined in the world. More than Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, put all those together. Shakeology, put all the shakes together. Those Formula One shakes that you guys have are consumed worldwide 3 times as much as all those people put together. So it is about the shakes. Drink it. Make it a lifestyle. We'll see you guys online.